Well, initially, Chef Blunt and I entered Safeway Market to make some 7-layer dip in carrot potato soup. Now, we need to satisfy our appetites. We need to be the chefs of the future. We need to cook our way into the year 2000. Don't forget the list, because say you need oregano, right? And it's the last step in your recipe. So you drive all the way to the store, you buy what you need, but hey, you didn't make a list, so you forget oregano. Little do you know that. So about 2 hours later, just as it's about supper time and you're gonna put the food on the table, you forgot the oregano. You forgot it. You gotta go all the way to the store, you get back, the food's cold, your family's pissed, your mom's screaming, the dog's eating the cat, and the fish are going haywire. We've always gone by the philosophy of the 7 P's. For those of you who are unaware of the 7 P's, they are as follows. Proper preparation prevents piss-poor performance. So therefore we shop well. We get only the freshest fruits, finest grains, and soupiest soups. Now Gabbro, he's been working at Safeway a long time. I remember him back in '82 when he worked at the Texaco down the road. He fucked up my car. But now he's taking my money. Gabbro, we give him the money for our goods to make the 7-layer soup. Gabbro made the soup possible through taking our money and completing the barter of the supermarket life. Cleanliness is next to godliness. It's a key term chefs need to remember. Washing all vegetables as well as hands and sometimes behind the ears could be key to the flavor of your meal. I remember one kid back in cooking school. He never washed his hands. He used to work in the mud a lot. So one day he comes in after working in the mud and he just starts cooking. So he serves out his meal to the teacher, you know, that he's the one that tests us all. So the teacher's chewing on his meal and bites a rock. Broke every one of his teeth. Kid got an F. I was young, naive, hungry nonetheless. So I was looking through the cupboards and this little dwarf popped out, threw me a frying pan, turned on the stove, slapped me in the teeth with a stick of butter, and I was on my way. And you want to know what that first meal was that I ever cooked? The first layer of the 7-layer dip is always the refried beans. Creamy, that's creamy delicious. That's what you need, creamy love. Followed by finely diced red tomatoes, picked fresh from the vineyards in somewhere in southern Albuquerque. Texture is key. And you obtain texture through a finely crafted cutting style known as dicing. I learned my dicing technique back in Shaolin in '83 under monk Chef Chop Me. Chef Chop Me taught me how to dice and slice and do all sorts of things, but the key is a very swift downward thrust with the blade. Just watch out for your fingers. That same kid that got involved with the dirt also liked to add blood to his meals. Now, all chefs get hungry just like you, so at certain times during this meal, we may dip into the bathroom and have a pickle, or furthermore, we might step out onto the porch and have a sausage. Hot, of course, but nonetheless juicy. Next, finely chopped iceberg green leaf lettuce, so crispy. Followed by that comes some finely grated yellow American cheese. The Sharp brand is always preferred for that extra interesting flavor. Well, the grater is key, but for some reason or another, mine got eaten on this particular 7-layer soup day. So I was forced to resort to a knife, but I think I did very successfully. The cheese, you know, I think I could have been put it on a little thicker. A little more cheese might have been key. So next time, you know, that's how you make mistakes and learn as a chef. You taste like shit, you make it better next time. Next time, put more cheese in it and cut it with a grater and melt it. And melt it. Next comes the guacamole, finely prepared in my kitchen. The avocado is a very interesting fruit. Thick, green, so slimy. Proper cutting procedures involves a knife around the edge, 360 around the fruit entirely. With a twisting motion, you separate the two halves and continue to scoop the greenness out of the dark shell. Once you're done with this, discard of the shell, scoop out the other seed, plant it and grow a tree and eat that fruit as well. First scoop of the dip is very crucial because if you don't get every 7 of those tasty little layers, you're gonna miss out, you know? What's avocado without sour cream? What's refried beans without the funky salsa top? You gotta get them all, so scooping is key. Next, the sour cream. Highly blended, daily pasteurized breakstones, not thick enough is what I like. I don't know if you guys have those commercials out here. You gotta think of one little saying, and that's the word team. I love teams because together everyone achieves more. And finally, the salsa. Red, chunky, so good. Non-garlic brands for those who have that halitosis thing kicking. So anyway, dip the chip, double dip, underhand scoop. Like this. Like double dip, double dip the chip. Get the double dip, 7 layers, all of them.
So that's some thick layering. We should eat it a little. We're gonna soften it up.
This has been a George production starring Chef Blunt and Chef High Country. We appreciate your watching and hope your stomachs are full of good food.